Columbo, Prescription Murder Trivia. The plot for Columbo's Prescription Murder. A wealthy, sophisticated, middle-aged couple celebrates their 10th wedding anniversary with a well-to-do party of society's elite, senators, judges, assistant district attorneys, and successful doctors. His wife, Carol Flemming, played by Nina Falk, brings out the cake, and just as the party's getting started, Dr. Ray Flemming, played by Gene Barry, is called away to respond to patient having an anxiety attack. Despite Carol's angry protest, Ray leaves kissing her on the cheek. However, when Ray arrives at the West LA apartment, his patient is his sexy young mistress, an unknown bit-part actress named Joan Hudson, played by Katherine Justice. Jumping out of the swimming pool, she greets him, wrapping her arms and legs around him as she giggles. When Dr. Flemming returns home, his wife Carol tells him that she's fed up with his activities, that she wants a divorce, and that she will ruin him financially. To calm Carol's fury, Ray says that he's been preparing a second honeymoon in Acapulco, Mexico. Carol is overjoyed now as they prepare their luggage and are about to leave. Ray kills Carol in his apartment. He breaks a window, staging it to look like she was killed during a burglary. Joan arrives and disguises herself as Carol Flemming for their trip to the airport. Once they've boarded the plane, the couple stages an argument so his mistress, still disguised as Carol Flemming, can return to the Flemmings' luxurious condo where she leaves Carol's dress in the laundry bag outside their door. Meanwhile, in Acapulco, Ray Flemming has a wonderful time on his own, fishing and chilling out with the locals. While on one of his many fishing trips, Dr. Flemming throws the two heavy candle holders and the stolen property into the ocean and a box with compromising objects. Dr. Flemming returns home where he's greeted by Lieutenant Columbo, played by Peter Falk, who walks out of Flemming's master bedroom. Columbo takes out his notebook and begins his inquest by asking Ray Flemming if he can borrow a pen. Columbo tells him that Carol is at the hospital in a coma. At that moment, Joan phones trying to tell Ray that Carol is in a coma but alive. Ray blows off the call, but Columbo smells something fishy. Ray goes to Foundation Hospital to see Carol, but the doctors and the main nurse, played by Anna Hartman, will not allow it. The hospital administrator is a personal friend of Flemming's and grants access, but when Flemming and Columbo approach the door to his wife's room, they're blocked by a uniformed LAPD officer. As the cop explains why they cannot enter, the doctor emerges announcing Carol has died. Ray tries to keep appearances up, especially when his closest friend, Bert Gordon, played by William Wyndham, a prominent district attorney. Bert promises that he'll ask somebody important to take Columbo off his back, but the lieutenant will only find this more reassuring, telling him that if somebody is getting nervous, that's only because he's on the right track. Nervous, Joan cannot wait to meet with Ray. Suddenly, Columbo tells Dr. Flemming that the culprit has confessed. An oddly behaving military veteran, Tommy, played by Anthony James, confesses that he broke in and killed Carol Flemming. As he didn't expect anybody home, Ray says that he doesn't believe Tommy's confession. He must be a weirdo who gave false confession for any number of reasons. As Dr. Flemming says, maybe he's crazy. Maybe he just wants his name in the paper. Joan Hudson has found a good acting job, but can only see her lover sparingly, posing as a patient. Columbo visits her on the studio. She doesn't want to answer his questions and asks for a legal counselor. Columbo says he knows she was an accomplice to this crime and that he will follow her everywhere until she breaks down and confesses. She tries to look self-assured, but is very nervous. Soon afterwards, Dr. Flemming is told that Joan Hudson has committed suicide. When he goes to see the dead body at the swimming pool, he sees a red-headed woman, presumably Joan Hudson, wearing the familiar green bathing suit she wore at the beginning of the film. Columbo presses him again, but Dr. Flemming tells him that this is no proof of Flemming's culpability. Flemming tells Columbo that he thought that Joan was dumb and that he didn't love her at all, but she was available, so he took the opportunity of using her. To his surprise, the real Joan Hudson, alive and well, hears him, enters the room heartbroken, and tells Columbo that she is going to confess. Now, some trivia about this episode. Bing Crosby was also offered the role of Columbo, but didn't accept it because he felt that it would interfere with his golfing. This is the first of 2 pilot movies made before Columbo became part of the mystery movie wheel that played on NBC for most of the 1970s. This is the only time in the series that Columbo wears a pair of Hush Puppy-style shoes. Columbo established 2 of his most famous trademarks by needing to borrow a pencil, and just before leaving the psychiatrist's office by saying, "There's one more thing." The reception room at Dr. Flemming's office features a distinctive painting of trees and white houses with red roofs, which is prominent in several scenes. This same painting later appears in Columbo Suitable for Framing in 1971 as part of the art collection Sliced and Stolen by Dale Kingston. Several different sources have different first names for Columbo. By focusing in on his badge, he occasionally flashed. Some say it was Frank, some say it was Joseph. The board game Trivia Pursuit has it as Philip, which they got from a trivia book that purposely made it up to see if anyone was paying attention. The writers say he definitely was not given a first name. Originally written as a play, the production was out of town bound for Broadway in 1962 when Thomas Mitchell, who was playing Columbo, died. The production closed and the script was later reworked for television. This film, which established Peter Falk as Lieutenant Columbo, was adapted from the 1962 play by the same authors. The play, in turn, had been adapted from the Chevy Mystery show Enough Rope in 1960, in which Bert Freed originated the role of Columbo. Unlike in the regular show where Lieutenant Columbo had a more subtle, incisive method of interrogation, in Prescription Murder he is more aggressive and intimidating. To appear much taller than Peter Falk, Gene Barry wore lifts on his shoes during the scenes they had in real life. Falk was 5'4" and Barry was 5'8". The house with Pooh used in the final scenes is the same house and Pooh used in The Rockford Files, Backlash of the Hunter in 1974, and later in Columbo, The Most Crucial Game in 1972. Although Peter Falk has top billing, he doesn't make his first appearance as Columbo until 30 minutes into the TV movie. When Columbo asks if it's okay to smoke on the soundstage, he mentions that he likes a cigar, but his wife would prefer he smoked a pipe. He adds that he doesn't like a pipe. Bing Crosby, reported to be an early choice to play Columbo, was known for smoking a pipe. Character actor William Wyndham, cast as the attorney friend of the killer, would appear in the first season's short Fuse from 1972. One of the 5 episodes where a murderer is some kind of medical person. Here the murderer is a psychiatrist. In Columbo, A Stitch in Crime in 1973, a heart surgeon. In Columbo, A Deadly State of Mind in 1975, again a psychiatrist. In Columbo, Sex and the Married Detective in 1989, a sex therapist, and finally in Columbo, Uneasy Lies, The Crown in 1990, a dentist. Thank you for watching this video. For more information on how you can watch this TV movie, Prescription Murder, just see the notes in the description below this video. As Columbo would say, just one more thing, be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button below this video. Thank you and have a great day.